Sup gamers, it's Marine, and today it's Wednesday, so I'm just gonna be on the main world doing a few things, flattening out some land, getting some materials, sorting those materials, cause I'm gonna do a big build pretty soon. I'm flattening out all this land. I just finished flattening out all that last night and putting grass all over the ground. And now I gotta flatten out that and then all of that, all the way back to that hill, and then from all the way like back there. So it's gonna take a while, but this is probably mainly just gonna be me gathering materials. So yeah, I'll get started on that. I got enough cobblestone already, I think, for the build I want to do. I got some chests full of cobblestone, so I think I got enough. Now I need to get quartz, obsidian, nether brick, dark oak wood, and I got enough wool, so yeah, I'll just get into it. So I'm gonna start off by getting some dark oak, and then once I get enough wood and some saplings, I'm gonna go get quartz, and then I'll get some obsidian, and then maybe even flatten out some land for you, or even start building a little bit. So we'll see how it goes, but right now I'm just gonna gather wood. So I'm done gathering wood. I'm just waiting for the rest of the leaves to break down, so then I can get more saplings, because that's all I really need if I want more trees, is just the saplings, and then I can bone meal them. So yeah, I'll see you guys when I get back home. Alright boys, I'm back home. I'm gonna dump all the wood into the chest, and then I'll go to the nether and get some quartz, because I need a lot of quartz. I need basically a full double chest of actual quartz blocks, and I only have like 4 or 5 stacks of non-quartz blocks, just like quartz itself. So yeah, I'll probably do a time lapse again of me gathering quartz, or just do clips. So yeah, I'll see when I get back, I guess. Boring as fuck. Alright boys, we're home part 2, and we didn't get a lot of quartz. I don't know why. I should have just stayed in until my inventory was full, but I'll go back later. But before I go, I'll clear out my whole inventory. But now we're gonna go to the end and we're gonna get some obsidian, just because that's a really easy place to get it. So, meet you when we get there. And here we are. Yoink. You can see over there. Well, now I'm gonna wait for this music to clear up. Okay. But you can see over there my failed attempt at making an Enderman farm, because I realized that's how far you can go on Bedrock Edition in the end, and I feel like that's stupid, because it's harder for us PlayStation players, because we have to do a thing where we actually have to make it like right here, and we have to dig down. But I left all the materials here for it. They're all here. But I'll plop down my ender chest and fill up a few slots with obsidian, and I'll meet you guys when I'm back home, or I'll do a quick time lapse. I don't really know, but I'll talk to you guys when I get home. Fuck. I got a question really quick. So, I know that you spawn in on that little island of obsidian, but what happens when you mine that and there's nothing left? Will you just fall down? Will it create another island? Will you spawn on the main island? What happens? If you know, leave a comment, telling me. Otherwise, I'll Google it after the video. So, yeah. So I got a full stack, and I feel like that's good enough for now. I'll definitely have to come back later, just like I'll have to go to the nether later and get a lot more. But this is good for now, I guess. I'll go home, and then I'll maybe flatten out some land, tell you guys what I'm doing. So, the big project that I'm working on, that I need all these materials for, and that I need to flatten out land for, is, let me come up here just so I can give you a bigger idea of how big the project's actually going to be, and what it even is going to be, for those of you who are curious. But what I'm going to do is I'm flattening out from back at that little line where I mined down to 65. I'm mining all the way to over there, basically at the foot of that mountain, like all the way down. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this huge cube of just land, and I'm gonna make a huge castle out of cobblestone, and then the floors are gonna be made out of quartz and obsidian, like a checkered pattern. And then I'm gonna have oak wood like highlights every so often throughout it, and I'm gonna make it look like a real life castle, and it's gonna be massive. And yeah, it's gonna be like my old base, how there was like a bunch of rooms in the basement. That's what I want it to be like. But there's also room at the top where you can stay and stuff. So yeah, also my vines are growing very nicely. They're almost at the ground. I planted those like 5-6 weeks ago, and they're finally about to touch the ground, so that's pretty neat. But I'll probably do a time lapse now, just me flattening out some land up there. I don't really know, but yeah, I'll do what I do. Hey guys, I just wanted to stop the time lapse for a second and talk about something that's on my mind. You know, it's Random Wednesday, time to complain for me. I just want to get something off my chest. So the Smosh, like the YouTube channel, they have a podcast called Smoshcast, and on their newest podcast, it was all three girls. It was Courtney, and then I forget the other girl's name. She's from Smosh Games. And then there is another guest that they have. And during the Smoshcast, they were talking about like how girls have it really tough, and they're like, girls get discriminated against, and he really killed all my sheep. Okay. And I feel like that's really whack, because what they were saying was like, girls grow up, and in their mind they're grown up to be like, basically be taught that they're expandable, you know, like they were using the example of two of the girls did dance growing up. The other two girls, not Courtney, they were like, well, when we grew up we did dance, and it felt like if we didn't try we could always just be replaced. And I just wanted to say, that's a stupid point. Boys go through that exact same thing. That's not a strictly female thing. Boys have that same thing. I've played football before. If you don't put in the work, and if you don't show up to practice, even if you're sick or hurt, you're gonna lose your spot on the team, and you're gonna get replaced. Everyone is expandable. It's like having a job and you don't show up. If you don't show up to work, they're gonna obviously replace you, because they're paying you for nothing at that point. So don't act like that's a strictly female thing. And I know that girls have it harder than boys. Yeah, you get discriminated against. People can be sexist. You guys have a bunch of more problems than boys. But don't act like that subject you were talking about was strictly a female thing, because it's not. It happens to everyone. So just keep that in mind. Without further ado, let's continue. So I think I'm gonna end the episode here. You know, I did quite a bit. You know, I flattened out a little bit of the mountain, gathered some quartz, almost died in the nether. Went in the end, got a 64 of obsidian. So I just wanted to provide you with a little insight to show you what it's like to flatten out land, because that took me like a day and a half to 2 days, and that's staying up all night and doing it to flatten that all the way down. And I have efficiency 5 and haste 2, which basically mines it like really fast, you know, and it still takes a while. So that's just a little insight, you know. Also, don't get triggered about my opinion on the Smosh cast thing in the comments. Okay, that's just my opinion, that everyone goes through those problems. It's not strictly a female thing. But I'll see you guys on Saturday, when I'm probably gonna be playing again on this world. But most likely, I'm gonna start building the castle. So, peace out, Girl Scouts.